Welcome to Anchorage, Alaska, where your Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks take on the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots in a Sunday afternoon contest. I'm Clayton Jackson here with you all afternoon for what's sure to be a good one. The Chinooks coming off a victory yesterday over the Matsu Miners, 2-1. They lead the ABL in the standings. They are 1-0. The Matsu Miners 0-1. The rest of the league has yet to play an official league contest. Let's take a look at your starting lineups for both teams, beginning with the home team, the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots. Leading off for the Glaicer Pilots, it's the second baseman, number 1, Zeb Henry. Batting second, the right fielder, number 14, Cooper Kunis. Batting third, the center fielder, number 7, Antonio Gianni. Batting cleanup for the Pilots, the first baseman, number 4, Jake Dahl. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 5, Braden Horn. In the sixth spot, the left fielder, number 32, Vaughn Coleman. Batting in the 7 hole, the shortstop, number 11, Blaze Sizz. And batting eighth, the third baseman, number 2, Ryan Dodson. And rounding out the Anchorage Glaicer Pilot starting lineup, it's the DH, number 20, Logan Strong. On the mound for the Glaicer Pilots this afternoon, it's number 22, Kainoa Kaneshiro. The pitcher from the University of Nevada, Reno. His hometown is Pearl City, Hawaii. Now let's meet your Chinooks starting lineup. Leading off, it's the center fielder, number 5, J.D. Wolf. Batting second, the right fielder, number 24, Kirby Jenkins. Batting third, the left fielder, number 17, Phoenix West. Batting in the cleanup spot for the Fish, the third baseman, number 1, Drew Hurst. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 11, Nick Moyer. And batting in the 6 hole, the second baseman, number 6, Reese Vassar. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 14, J.J. Pruneau. And batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 15, Samuel Hess. He's getting his first start of the season. And rounding out your Chinook starting lineup, it's the first baseman, number 4, Carter Reed. On the bump for the Chinooks tonight, it's number 26, Asher Abrahams. He is out of Johnson University, hometown of Montgomery, Texas. Well, the coaches will head to home plate and have their meeting. We're about 7 minutes away from the first pitch. When we return, we'll break down yesterday's win over the Matsu Miners. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska, where your Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks take on the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots. We're back to talk about the victory yesterday over the Matsu Miners. The Chinooks took down the reigning ABL champions 2-1 yesterday. It was Kai Butler and Kirby Jenkins who came across to score. Butler scored on a wild pitch. There was still no hits to that point. The first hit for the Chinooks did not come until the 6th inning, where Cal Whiff just laced a double over the head of the center fielder. It rolled all the way to the wall in straightaway center field. They weren't able to get anything going in that 6th inning. after that. But in the 8th inning, it was a single from Reese Vassar, then another single from Kirby Jenkins, then Phoenix West knocked Jenkins in as we are about to head to the national anthem. So we're going to take a quick break and be back for your first pitch. We are just about set for the first pitch of this one. The Glacier Pilots and the Chinooks set to square off here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots will play their first game of the official ABL season here. They have played 2 against the Alaska Gold Panthers of Fairbanks here at Mulcahy, and then they went up to Fairbanks to play a pair there. They split. They won the 2 here in Anchorage and then lost the pair in Fairbanks. The Pilots have a very strong pitching staff, but lacking a little bit on the offensive side of things. So this could be a pitcher's battle today for both sides, but we'll see. Maybe one team explodes offensively and is kind of the breakout. But based on what we're seeing from both sides, expect a low-scoring pitching duel, kind of like we had last night at Lee Jordan between the Chinooks and the Miners. Again, that final score was 2-1 Chinooks. But we'll take it if the Chinooks can pull out another 2-1 win and move to 2-0 on the season. The Chinooks beat the Glacier Pilots in the league standings last year. First time in a long time the Chinooks haven't come in last place. There we have our ceremonial first pitches. And it looks like we've got a little bit of a drizzle coming down here in Anchorage. Hopefully that can move through. It's kind of overcast and cloudy here in the Anchorage Bowl. But good enough to play some baseball for the moment. On the bump for the Pilots, again, it is Kainoa Kaneshiro. The pitcher from Pearl City, Hawaii, plays his ball for the Nevada Wolfpack. The trio of Chinooks due up will be J.D. Wolf, Kirby Jenkins, and Phoenix West. Those are your 3 outfielders as well. The Glacier Pilots in their all-white home uniforms. It is blue letters and numbers, and that pilot script across the front. The aviator on the front of the ball cap with the white panel and blue backing. As for your Chinooks, it's the classic red tops with navy blue letters and numbers trimmed in white, gray road pants, and then the navy caps with the Slammin' Salmon logo on the front. The one nice thing about a little bit overcast weather is we can see the scoreboard clearly. With the beautiful weather we had in Chugiak the past couple nights, it was kind of hard to see the scoreboard numbers. So we'll take the silver lining when we can get it. But this should be an exciting ball game either way here today. As it's always good to have ABL action and fun to get into Anchorage on the road and see a new team. Played the Miners in the first two, and going to get our first look at the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots, one of the classic franchises here in the Alaska Baseball League. And here we go. J.D. Wolf will step in to see Kainoa Kaneshiro for the first time today. First pitch here from Mulcahy Stadium. From the windup, Kaneshiro delivers. It's outside for ball one as J.D. Wolf will step back in. Kainoa Kaneshiro shakes off a couple. Now finds a pitch he likes. Kicks and throws. Fastball just upstairs, and it is 2-0. Get a little bit of a different vantage point here at Mulcahy Stadium. Here in the press box, it is up above the grandstand, kind of up on stilts. As for Lee Jordan Field, we get the view straight behind home plate. Can see the north and south of the strike zone a little bit better here. We get a nice view of the east and west, but it's a little hard to tell north and south where the pitch is just based on our vantage point. But either way, hard to beat the seat from the press box. 2-1, or excuse me, that should be 3-1, I believe. We'll wait for the scoreboard to update, but yep, there it is, 3-1 now to J.D. Wolf. Fouls it back, and we are full in the first at-bat of this ball game. J.D. Wolf, he is fighting a couple pitches off, and it is Kirby Jenkins waiting on deck. So here's the full count pitch. The slider misses outside. J.D. Wolf will head on to first base. First base runner of the ball game for the Chinooks comes from the first at bat. Now it is Kirby Jenkins, the right fielder. He's got a runner on with nobody out. That's kind of the start you're looking for if you are a Chinooks fan. Now pitching from the stretch. The delivery from Kaneshiro. Slides it in the back door, and it is 0-1. Good pitch there from Kaneshiro. The lights are on here at Mulcahy Stadium. Not exactly sure why. It is 4:05 Alaska time and plenty bright out, but the lights are on. As that one will hit Kirby Jenkins. Lee Jordan Field, in fact, does not have any lights, as we got the midnight sun to play under. Now it is Phoenix West, the left fielder, who will step to the plate as J.D. Wolf is in scoring position now, along with Kirby Jenkins on first. Kaneshiro checks back on second. Now comes set and delivers. Lifts this one high into the air in foul territory. Underneath it is Dodson for out number 1. So now Drew Hurst, the third baseman, will step up to the plate with the runners on first and second. Nick Moyer, the shortstop, now waits on deck. He got the start in the exhibition against the Miners on Friday. And then he came in and pinch hit, got a big base hit late in the ball game yesterday. Did Nick Moyer. Drew Hurst takes a strike on the first pitch to him. Now here is the 0-1 to Hurst. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We are even. Okay crowd here at Mulcahy Stadium today. Generally not huge crowds at Mulcahy Stadium these days, but honestly, for what I have seen before, this is not the worst. And it's not even a sunny day, so not too bad, as that one's through the gap. Might have a runner coming home. He's headed for the plate, and the throw will go to third. Everyone's safe. 1-0, Nooks lead it. An RBI single for Drew Hurst, and the Chinooks strike early. J.D. Wolf came home to score, as there are runners on the corners with only 1 away. And Nick Moyer stepping to the plate. That is a big at-bat there for Drew Hurst. If we can jump on the Pilots here early, create a nice lead, then might be able to put these Glacier Pilots away early, because they, again, we talked about it in the pregame, just don't have huge bats this summer. So that's kind of the key, is building up a lead to where they're not really able to build up or at least fight back. That was something the Miners were very capable of last summer, as that will make it 2-0 Chinooks. A wild pitch from Kaneshiro, and Kirby Jenkins just walks home. And the Fish lead it 2-0. Hurst took second, and just like that, we got another runner in scoring position. It is 0-2, however, for Nick Moyer. But as I was saying, the Matsu Miners, who won the league last summer, they were just very good at making big comebacks. It didn't matter how much they got down. They had the bats to create huge rallies, as Nick Moyer goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Now Reese Vassar at the plate. So Vassar stands in with Pruno waiting on deck. Kaneshiro delivers a fastball right down the pipe, and it is 0-1. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in for a Chinook road game on a Sunday afternoon, as we're hoping the Chinooks can hold on to this 2-0 lead and maybe build it. 0-1 at the moment for Reese Vassar. Now 0-2. Here is the 0-2 pitch from Kaneshiro. Misses upstairs, and we move to 1-2. Hurst waits over there on second. Pretty straight up standard depth for the Glacier Pilots in the outfield. Kaneshiro really takes a good long look over there at second. And now the throw on to first, not in time. The run's coming home, make it 3-0 Chinooks. That's another RBI single. It comes off the bat of Reese Vassar. It hit off the mound and then skipped over into the glove of second baseman Zeb Henry, but he couldn't get it over to first in time. It wasn't even picked. Mark joining us now, asking for a little bit of a recap. I've got you covered. J.D. Wolf led things off. He walked. Then Kirby Jenkins in the 2 spot got hit by a pitch, so it was first and second for the Chinooks. Phoenix West flew out in foul territory. Then Drew Hurst single through the gap. It knocked J.D. Wolf home as he's headed for second on the pass ball there. That is Reese Vassar with J.J. Pruneau at the plate, 2 away. As I was saying, Drew Hurst knocked in the first run with a single through the gap between first and second. Then Kirby Jenkins came home to score on a wild pitch, as that one's in there for a strike. We're even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Then Nick Moyer struck out swinging, and Reese Vassar just knocked Drew Hurst home with that single. So at the moment, it is 3-0 Chinooks here in the top of the first, as the Fish are coming through early with a couple of timely base hits. Reese Vassar on second, 1-2 count to the catcher, J.J. Pruneau. Misses down and away. We are back to even, 2-2. 2 outs at the moment. Kainoa Kaneshiro, the pitcher from the University of Nevada, is having a little trouble here early. Swing and a miss, though, gets it done. And he will sit down Pruneau to get out of the inning, but not before 3 Chinook runs pop up on the scoreboard. There was 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. On to the home half of the first we go. It is 3-0 Chinooks. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. Chinooks hold a 3-0 lead over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots as we enter the bottom of the first. On the bump for the Chinooks this afternoon, it's number 26, Asher Abrahams, the pitcher from Johnson University, hometown of Montgomery, Texas. The Pilots will send Zeb Henry, Cooper Kunis, and Antonio Gianni to the plate here in this first inning. Zeb Henry, the second baseman, he comes from Wichita State University, hometown of Bartlesville, Oklahoma. He'll stand in here as the Pilots try to get a couple of runs back after a rough start to things. A chopper down the first base side, scooped up, flipped on over to first in time for out number 1. That's some mighty fine glove work from the pitcher, Asher Abrahams. He scooped it up with the glove and then just flipped it straight with the glove. No bare hand necessary. Now it's Cooper Kunis, the right fielder. So with one away, here's the first pitch to Kunis. Fastball just below the knees, and it is 1-0. Abraham's the righty. Pitching from the windup. Delivers another fastball. This one a little closer, but still just a little bit downstairs. 2-0. Looks like the sprinkles have stopped. As that one down and in, and it is 3-0 here to Zeb Henry. A little bit of wind, not a whole lot here in Anchorage today. As that fastball finds the zone, no problem. 3-1. Down the line, this one just foul, nearly fell in there. Would have been trouble for the Chinooks. But instead, we are full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away, bases empty. But the wind that we do have, it's blowing in, so probably not a whole lot going to get out today, especially with what we've seen from the Chinooks so far and the reports I'm hearing from the pilots. Not a whole lot of big bats. The Chinooks in their first 2 games haven't been driving the ball too much, as Henry lets him go. It is going to be a runner on first with the center fielder, Antonio Gianni, stepping to the plate. Fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. The runner on first is Cooper Kunis with 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Chinooks lead at 3-0. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2. He finds himself in a hole. Does Antonio Gianni. Gianni from the University of New Mexico, hometown of Cave Creek, Arizona. But he is going to have to dig himself out of a cave right here. He is down 0-2 to Asher Abrahams. Nearly got him looking there, but it misses just off the plate. It is 1-2. Abrahams takes a long look over at first. Now comes set from the stretch. He kicks and deals. The runner goes, but it's lifted high into the air, foul territory, and out of play. So we do it again at 1-2. Antonio Gianni takes a moment and steps back in. The Pilots were not able to get a whole lot going in their series against the Gold Panners up in Fairbanks. They dropped both of them after taking the pair in Anchorage against the Gold Panners. Antonio Gianni goes down on the K. Good pitch there from Asher Abrahams, and now it is Jake Dahl with 2 away and a runner on first. Swing and a miss. It is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first is Kunis. Fastball misses downstairs, and it is 1-1. We are even here. Chinooks looking to get out of the inning without any damage done and hold on to their 3-0 lead. Runner goes, swung on and missed. Actually swung on and foul tipped. So the runner's going to have to retreat back to first base. Greg asking if I've got a king report. I'm gonna need that one explained. That might be on me, but I might, but I don't know. Anyway, Asher Abrahams comes set as delivers a strike on the top left corner of the zone, and that's going to do it for the first inning of play. Abrahams catches dull looking as there is no runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. On to the top of the second we go. Chinooks lead it 3-0. Hess, Reed, Wolf. Those are the Chinooks due up here in the top of the second. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters will take the plate. The Chinooks had a pretty big inning in the first. Wolf, Jenkins, and Hurst came across to score. Vassar was stranded, but a very productive inning for the Chinooks. They'll look to get it going again and tack on. Samuel Hess will step to the plate. This is his first start of the season. We saw him in game 1 in the exhibition against the Miners on Friday. I gotcha. From Ship Creek. I do not have a report on the Kings. I could try and get that for you. And yes, I would have to agree. That is the ditch. I went fish Kings there once, have not gone back. There are plenty of other nice places to fish in this lovely state other than Ship Creek. Granted, it's nice and convenient, I guess, but yeah, no. There's a whole lot of better places to go get kings. Or any fish for that matter. Yeah, no, I haven't heard that as a ditch, but I might have to use that. As it is currently 0-2 here to Samuel Hess. He swings on the 0-2, waves on it, and that'll sit him down. Now we move to Carter Reed. Carter Reed, the first baseman. Stands in with nobody on base, one away. But yes, Greg, I'll look and see if I can get you a fishing report over there at Ship Creek. Because why not? Now I'm curious too. No balls, 1 strike here for Carter Reed. As of June 2nd, according to ADF&G, it has been a slow, cold start to the season, but the king fishing is starting to pick up a little bit. Couple fish every tide cycle. So that is your Ship Creek fishing report down at the ditch for any of you who are interested. And if you are up here visiting, I do not recommend fishing Ship Creek. I would go elsewhere for your fishing endeavors because there are a lot of great places. 2-2 here to Carter Reed as he waves on a fastball, and that will send him back to the dugout. Back-to-back swinging strikeouts for the Chinooks. And there's a recommendation from Greg. The tail race, that's up in Eklutna for those of you who don't know. It's I would agree, a better spot. Very similar kind of fishing there for the Kings. Chuck spinners, soak row. But definitely a prettier spot than Ship Creek, to say the least. Good call, Greg. 0-1. But now let's get back to the Chinooks on the diamond. The 0-1 pitch. It's lined through the gap. It's going to fall for a base hit. J.D. Wolf gets his first hit of the ball game. He scored on a walk in the first, but gets a rally going possibly for the Chinooks here. Kirby Jenkins. He will step to the plate 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch and later scored in that first inning. The big bat from Arkansas Tech. Runner goes. The throw on to second. That one got him. Good call there at second. And that's going to do it. Kirby Jenkins will step back to the plate when we return in the third inning. But for now, we will head on to the bottom of the second. There was no runs on one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. On to the home half of the second we go. Chinooks lead it 3-0. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where the Pilots trail the Chinooks 3-0, but they're going to look to get a couple back right here. It'll be Braden Horn leading things off, the catcher from Southern Illinois University. Back out for a second inning of work is Asher Abrahams. Delivers a ball on the first pitch. The 1-0, it's fouled off. Make it 1-1 now for Braden Horn. The outfield playing fairly deep here, or the infield playing fairly deep as the bat goes flying into the stands. We got Chinooks fans and Pilots fans all ducking for their life over there in the box seats. Might be the most excitement we'll see in this ball game. Of course, the Chinooks have already put 3 runs on the board, and that was awesome, but I don't think that beats the life flashing before your eyes with a giant wooden bat flying at your head for those couple fans over there. They'll get them a new one or get them the same one retrieved from the stands. And now it's 1-2 here for Braden Horn. Braden Horn will be followed up by Vaughn Coleman and Blaze Sizz in this inning. From the windup, Abrahams delivers a heater that is lifted into the air. Going back on it is Reed. Neither of them can make the play, and this could be 3, but instead he's just going to hold up at second. I think he could have made the turn and headed for third, but instead he will be comfortably in at second with a double. Now it is Vaughn Coleman, the left fielder. Coleman, the outfielder from Cal State Northridge. As there is a runner in scoring position, a good chance for the Pilots to get something back. Nobody gone yet either. Taking a long look back at second, now delivers a fastball that was very close to Vaughn Coleman, but he's crowding the plate a little bit, so gets the call on the inside half. It is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch lifted into the air and foul. So 0-2. Abrahams is ahead in the count now. Need an out right here if the Chinooks want to protect this lead. The delivery is swung on and missed on a pitch upstairs. Ill-advised swing there from Vaughn Coleman. And now it is Blaze Sizz, the shortstop. You know, Greg, I think he was. I think he was aiming towards the beer garden with his bat there. He chucked it straight into the beer garden. Either he was aiming there or just held on a little too long, or, well, didn't hold on long enough, I guess. As that foul ball will hit right behind me here in the press box. And now it is 1-1. But either way, somehow the bat of Braden Horn ended up right in the middle of the beer garden on the Bucs side. For those of you who don't know, this ballpark, Mulcahy Stadium, shared by the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots and the Anchorage Bucs. We will see the Bucs on Tuesday back here. Tomorrow we play the Pilots again here at Mulcahy. So this is the beginning of 3 in a row at Mulcahy Stadium for the Chinooks, as it is 1-2 at the moment to Blaze Sizz. Thought he might have took a strike at the knees there that would have sat him down, but instead it is going to fall out of the zone. 2-2 now. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball chopped over to second. And no problem for the second baseman, Reese Vassar, as it does move Braden Horn on over to third, as Abraham's going to have to make sure that he gets a punch out right here. Ryan Dodson stands in. First pitch to Dodson, swung on and foul, tipped back to the screen. So it is 0-1. Dodson from Hendrix College, hometown of Parker, Colorado. And that one's going to get him. So not the worst situation you could have there, but definitely wanted to get Dodson. But it's runners on the corners instead. Horn on third, Dodson on first, as Logan Strong, the DH from Spalding University, steps to the plate. Strong comes from Louisville, Kentucky. He'll take a fastball that just misses the bottom corner of the zone. So 1-0. Abrahams kicks and deals. It's outside again, so 2 balls, no strikes. Asher Abrahams. He looked good early, and in this inning, only giving up the 1 double. It was a bloop double right toward the line. So hasn't given up much of anything hard hit-wise, as this one is high into the air. Coming in on it is West, and that's going to do it. Puts the squeeze on it for out number 3. We head on to the top of the third inning, as there was no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. On to the top of the third we go. Chinooks lead it 3-0. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where the Chinooks lead the Glacier Pilots 3-0. It'll be Kirby Jenkins to lead things off for the Chinooks. He was at the plate when J.D. Wolf got caught stealing to end the top of the second. Here in the top of the third, it will be Kainoa Kaneshiro back out for the Glacier Pilots. Kirby Jenkins 0 for 0 in the ballgame. He walked and scored, or was actually hit by a pitch in that first inning. So Jenkins will step back to the plate with Phoenix West waiting on deck. Drew Hurst due up in the inning as well. Kaneshiro from the windup delivers the first pitch to Jenkins. A heater that misses below the knees. It's 1-0. Really, actually, not a bad crowd today here at Mulcahy Stadium. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that this is the ABL opener for the Glacier Pilots. And this is probably the park where I can see the least of how many people are actually here. Can't see the grandstand underneath me, but I can see the bleachers way down the first and third base sides as this one is rocketed into the alleyway. It's going to get nearly all the way to the wall, heading for second. This could be a close play, but he's in there safely. Had to dive, but that is a sliding double for Kirby Jenkins to start things out in the third. That was just a really nice piece of hitting by Kirby Jenkins. Put it where it had to be. Got solid contact, and now it is Phoenix West with a runner in scoring position and nobody gone. Phoenix West 0 for 1. He flew out in foul territory to the third base side. Kanashiro looks back at second, now delivers a slider in there for a strike. It's 0-1. No balls, one strike. Way outside, and we are even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hurst waits on deck. It's 1-1. Kanashiro loves to take a glance at the runner at second. Looking him back at second is Dodson. Throws on to first in time for out number 1. So now it's 1 away for Drew Hurst. Drew Hurst had an RBI single his first time up. He came home to score as well. Let's see if he can repeat the success he had in that first inning. He knocked it through the gap between first and second. Here's the delivery. Kanashiro really likes that breaking pitch on the outside half that moves into the zone. Couldn't quite get it to fall that time, as it is 1-0. See, he executes the same pitch this time, just enough height on it, and it is 1-1. Gone back-to-back off speed. See if he pumps the fastball here. He does. On the ground, it's scooped up at first. He'll take it himself, and there's 2 away. Does move Jenkins over to third. Now Nick Moyer at the plate. He struck out swinging his first time up. Nick Moyer, the shortstop from Messiah University. Hometown of Royersford, Pennsylvania. Fastball is going to get away, and that's going to make it 4-0 Nooks. Kirby Jenkins gets to come home the exact same way he did in the first inning, just trotting home on a wild pitch. Here is that 1-0. One ball, one strike. You know, Dwayne, I think that one right there was actually slider, and that's different. You're right. I think the one I was referencing earlier was a curveball. But I could be wrong. They could both be sliders. It is 1-2 here to Moyer with the bases empty and 2 away. Fastball lifted into the air. Coming in on it, but not in time is Gianni. So that is a base knock for Nick Moyer, as it'll now be Reese Vassar at the plate. He is 1 for 1, had a single, an RBI single in the first. That one's going to get away, and so Nick Moyer will head on to second. No trouble there. Waiting on deck for the Chinooks, it's J.J. Pruneau. Can the Chinooks keep the two-out rally going? They've got one run across on the wild pitch, but now they've got one in scoring position. Dancing over at second is Moyer. That's a curveball, and that falls in the zone. Actually, umpire says it missed inside, so 2 balls, no strikes. Another curveball does find the zone. It is 2-1. Fouled off, and it is 2-2. Yeah, Dwayne, I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure, but it's what I'm seeing from here. As another pitch fouled off, and we're going to stay at 2-2. It's a little bit hard from this vantage point, just straight up above, to see. But I'll do my best for you guys. The 2-2 now. This one rifled out there to left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Coming around to score is Nick Moyer, and that'll make it 5-0 Chinooks. Reese Vassar will have another RBI single. And now J.J. Pruneau, who struck out swinging his first time up, will step to the plate. This one on the ground. They're going to go over to first with it, and it's in time for out number 3. The Pilots finally get out of it, but there was 2 across in the inning on 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 left on base. Chinooks now lead it 5-0. It's the leadoff man for the Pilots here in the bottom of the third, Zeb Henry, who will be followed up by Cooper Kunis and Antonio Gianni. The Chinooks lead 5-0 here at Mulcahy Stadium. Zeb Henry's 0 for 1 in the ballgame as he stands in now to face Asher Abrahams for the second time tonight. Abrahams from the windup delivers a fastball that finds the outside half. It's 0-1. Wind blowing in from left field. Just a slight breeze. As the 0-1 just misses below the knees, and we are even. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's an overcast day here in Anchorage. High 50s around for the temperature. Probably about the same tomorrow as we are back here against the Pilots. A base hit for Zeb Henry as it squirts through the gap. A leadoff single as Cooper Kunis will step to the plate. Kunis walked his first time up. That was back in the first inning. Kunis, a freshman from Sierra College, hometown of Roseville, California. The throw back onto first, and that's going to get away, and the runner will head to second. No problem there. And Zeb Henry into second safely. 1-0 for Kunis at the moment. Here comes the 1-0, down and in, and that makes it 2-0. Ahead in the count now is Cooper Kunis. From the stretch, checks back on second and delivers a fastball into the air. It goes, moving over on it, and the catch is made by Phoenix West. There's 1 away now. Antonio Gianni, he struck out swinging his first time up, now steps to the plate with a runner on second and 1 away. A good start so far from Asher Abrahams. Given up a couple of base knocks, but he has been consistent as this one is lifted very high and into the alleyway. It's going to roll the wall. It's just as I said, Asher Abrahams was pitching it well. Gives up the first run of the ball game for the Pilots, and it's 5-1 now. A triple for Antonio Gianni. That was a well-struck ball. And now it is Jake Dahl. Jake Dahl struck out looking his first time up. Did he go? Appeal to first. Yes, he did. And it's 0-1. So Gianni's on third. There's 1 away. It's now a 4-run ball game. As that one, he said, umpire says it caught the corner, so 0-2. Now from the windup, the 0-2, swung on and missed. That'll sit Jake Dahl down, and there's 2 away. Now Braden Horn. He is 1 for 1. He had that double in the second inning. That bloop shot down the line. That fell. just catches the outside half. It is 0-1. Good pitch there from Abrahams. Fastball misses downstairs. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Waiting over at third, Gianni. Hasn't gotten any movement going. And a good stop there from the catcher, J.J. Pruneau. Otherwise, it would have been an easy walk home there for Antonio Gianni. Would have made it 5-2, but instead 5-1 with the chance to get out of it right here for Asher Abrahams. Here's the delivery. Got it inside. A breaking pitch that, again, looked like it was inside, but he's crowding the plate pretty good there. And that'll back him off. Misses upstairs on the curveball. We are full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Payoff pitch coming your way for Asher Abrahams. Lined through the gap, make it 5-2. An RBI single for Braden Horn. He barreled that up nicely and stayed back on it, put it where it needed to be. Now Vaughn Coleman to the plate. Runner on first with 2 away. That one's bounced into the turf. And so, just like that, another runner in scoring position for the Glacier Pilots. And a reminder, guys, this ball game is very early, only the bottom of the 3rd. There's a long way to go. Chinook's going to have to keep on adding. Chinooks lead it 5-2 at the moment. On the ground, scooped up by Reed, and he'll take it himself for out number 3. So the Chinooks finally get out of it, but it was 2 runs on 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 left on base. On to the top of the 4th we go. Chinooks lead it 5-2. Welcome back to Anchorage, as there's a new pitcher in the ball game for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. It's number 15, Grayson Osborne. Osborne out of the University of Nevada as well, so college teammate of Kainoa Kaneshiro. Also from the state of Hawaii. He's from Mililani, Hawaii. And he is going to come in relief for Kaneshiro, as he gave up 5 runs in that inning. The leadoff man for the Chinooks will be Samuel Hess. He'll be followed up by Carter Reed and J.D. Wolf. Hess struck out swinging his first time up, as did Reed. Wolf is 1 for 1 in the ballgame so far. Yeah, Dwayne, so I have lived in Alaska my whole life. I've lived in Anchorage. I live in Anchorage, actually. I've lived here my whole life. I'm about to start my senior year at college down in Mississippi. It's called, as of last week, actually, it's called Mississippi Christian University now. It was just called Mississippi College, but I'm a sports media major down there, so I've been at school down there and then up for the summer, and I've done this. This is my 3rd summer with the Chinooks doing this, so yeah, but I love Alaska. It's beautiful and hard to beat baseball up here. Samuel Hess. We'll see the first pitch from the reliever. Change up, misses downstairs, and it's 0-1. Or it catches the bottom of the zone, excuse me, and it is 0-1. From the windup, here's a delivery from Osmond. Another quick strike, and it is 0-2. Samuel Hess struck out swinging his first time up. Looking to not go down the same way as that one misses down and away pretty bad. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reed waits on deck. Misses outside on the 1-2 pitch. So now we are even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody playing straight up standard depth for the Glaicer Pilots on the in and outfields. The 2-2. Lined out towards center. He stops on a dime and lets it fall. Samuel Hess will get his first hit in a Chinook uniform. To start the 4th inning, the Chinooks have just been hitting the ball quite well today. A contrast to yesterday where they were able to get done what they needed to, but it was not particularly pretty offensively. They were getting on base, couldn't bring many guys home. Well, today that has not been the case. They were getting on base and bringing them home. And now Carter Reed, the first baseman, will stand in. He tried to lay down a bunt. It goes foul, and it's 0-1. Samuel Hess on first. Hess from Buckeye, Arizona, plays ball for Nelson University. One ball, 1 strike here for Carter Reed with a runner on first. Kunis playing fairly deep out there in right. I wonder if he knows that Reed likes to go oppo or if he's just playing there just because. As there is a sacrifice bunt there from Carter Reed, moves Hess on over to second. And, you know, normally I would say that he's not just playing deep for no reason, but at this point in the season, this is the first official ABL game. I don't know that there's a scouting report on Carter Reed, but who knows? I could be wrong there. But either way, sacrifice bunt. And it moves Hess to second for J.D. Wolf, who's back to the plate 1 for 1. Scored on a walk in the first as well. Takes a first pitch strike. Waiting on deck, it is Kirby Jenkins. Lifts it high into the air, a towering fly ball Underneath it is Sizz, and he puts it away for out number 2. So 2 away for Kirby Jenkins, who's got a runner in scoring position. Jenkins, he is 1 for 1. He's scored twice today. Both times was off of wild pitches. He got hit by a pitch in the first inning, then came around to score, and then had a double in the third and came around to score. Swinging strike there, and it's 0-1. Checking back on first is Osborne. Takes a long look there, now delivers a slider downstairs and away. And it is 1-1 now. Greg, I'd have to agree with you. Love to see those crooked numbers. It's been too long since we've seen them put up numbers and runs in bunches like this. They put up 5 against the Miners on a Friday, but it sure didn't feel like this. Granted, that's because it took a whole game, and defensively, it wasn't going so great. 2 balls, 1 strike for Kirby Jenkins. Osborne still looking at second, now delivers. It's downstairs. 3-1. Jenkins ahead in the count. Got a base free, so see if they just walk Jenkins and move on to Phoenix West, who has not hit the ball well tonight. Still a little puzzled why we've got the lights on here at Mulcahy, and indeed they do just walk Jenkins on 5 pitches. So it's first and second now for the Fish. We just had the Alaska High School Baseball State Championships this past weekend here at Mulcahy. I don't know if that explains why the lights are on, but it shouldn't. We've got the midnight sun, and it has been beautiful sunny this past week and weekend, so I don't know, but we are playing under the natural light and the bright lights here. But either way, there is the 1-0 that makes it 2-0 as it misses downstairs to Phoenix West. He's got a runner on second and Samuel Hess, and then on first it is Kirby Jenkins. For those of you who care, and many of you may have no clue what I'm talking about, but your Alaska D1 state champions for baseball were the Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears. They took down top-ranked Service High School, the Cougars of Anchorage, in a 5-4 thriller. The 3-0 pitch downstairs, and so load them up. Bases full of Fish with 2 away. That will bring up Drew Hurst with the bases loaded. Hess moves to third. Jenkins is second, and it's West on first. Drew Hurst, he is 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first. It was an RBI single as well. Needs something here. You can't settle only up 3 runs, and there's a long way to go. We saw the Pilots just get 2 back in the bottom of the third. Having a quick conversation with Grayson Osborne. Now we will head back to our respective places and play ball. Drew Hurst will stand back in. Big spot here for Hurst. There's a little bit of a gap there in between the bag at second and the second baseman, Zeb Henry. Takes a pitch downstairs. It's 1-0. For being completely honest here, based on years past, the most Chinooks thing we could do here would be to walk a runner home and then strike out the next, and then the next batter would strike out and leave him fully loaded. But you know, if we could get one run, it wouldn't be too bad. We'll see. Maybe Drew Hurst and this new Chinooks regime can get something going. Inside, and it is 2-1. This Chinook team now has got a little bit of life. I've liked what I've seen so far. Obviously, the game on Friday night, not exactly what you want to see in the score column, but as that one's outside, 3-1 here. But I think it really is just one bad inning that kind of the Chinooks didn't compartmentalize. They let it spiral, but it was going to be really hard to get back after being down 8-0 after the second inning. So that's just kind of how the game of baseball works. And you just can't let those bad innings happen. As there it is, the walk, and it sends Samuel Hess trotting home. Make it 6-2 Chinooks. Drew Hurst at first, as there has been 3 straight walks. Only 1 base hit in this inning. Now it's Nick Moyer at the plate. He is 1 for 2, had the single in the 3rd inning, came home to score as well. One ball, no strikes. That's my bad, Dwayne. I'm sorry. You're right. But so far, I've got the walk correct. But hopefully Nick Moyer can put a double into the gap and send two more home. And yes, Greg, that is true. The lights they have here at Mulcahy are definitely a bit older, as it is 1 and 2. They do take a while to turn on, so it is overcast, so maybe they just felt that as the sun moved a little bit further down, it was just going to get a little dark. So precautionary. It's a good point. The 1-2 now. It is lined straight at second, and there it's going to score 1. Should be 2. And there you go, Dwayne. 2 more runs. Look at that. This is a different Chinooks team, and we love to see it. Nick Moyer comes through big, as that'll make it 8-2 Chinooks. Jenkins and West come home to score. At the plate now, it's Reese Vassar. He's got runners on the corners in Moyer and Hurst. Hurst on third, Moyer on first. Fastball. Gets it on the outside half of the plate. It is 0-1. Or excuse me, 1-1. Swung on and missed. Now it's 1-2 behind in the count. is Vassar. Vassar is 2 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Both of those singles, and both of them were RBI singles. Would love to see another RBI right here. The Chinooks are up 6 runs at the moment. Could use a couple more. If they can put up a couple more. And looks like that's going to end the inning. Got a rundown situation, but the run's coming home. And he's safe. Oh, my goodness. I spoke too soon. What a play. That is a gutsy run there from Drew Hurst, and it pays off. It moves Moyer over to second safely. And to be honest, the ball was there in time, but it must have just been a very nice swim move from Drew Hurst at the bag. Just slid his hand underneath the tag. And it is 9-2 Chinooks. And we are still playing baseball here in the top of the 9th. Oh, and that's going to do it. So they tack on one more as a part of a 4-run inning on just 2 hits. As there's no errors, and they leave 1 on base. On to the home half of the 4th we go. Chinooks now lead it 9-2. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where it's a good time to be a Chinooks fan. They lead it 9-2 after a 4-run 4th inning. Back on to the mound, it is Asher Abrahams. He gave up 2 runs in the 3rd inning, but has pitched well overall. Leading off for the Pilots is going to be number 11, the shortstop, Blaze Sizz. Sizz from Cal State Northridge, hometown of Reno, Nevada. He will step to the plate 0 for 1. He grounded out to to second, that is, his first time up. Thank you to everyone who has stopped by to take in a Chinook road game, as Sizz will actually ground out to shortstop this time. No! The throw off the bag, and that's going to be an E6. So Blaine Sizz reaches on an E6, and now it is Ryan Dodson. Dodson, he is 0 for 0, got hit by a pitch his first time up. Coming set now, and throwing over to first, not in time, just trying to keep him close. Dodson will see the first pitch and sky it into shallow center field. Underneath it is Wolf, and he squeezes it for out number 1. So now Logan Strong, the DH, steps to the plate. Look for something down in the zone, trying to induce a double play ball here. I don't see anyone. There's a lot of Chinooks in the bullpen area, but I don't see anyone actually warming as a line drive out to right, but no problem there. And that is going to be a quick out number 2 for Logan Strong. Now it is back to the top of the order with Zeb Henry, the second baseman. He is 1 for 2. Singleton scored in the 3rd inning. Henry will step in now. Still Sizz on first base. Fastball down the line into foul territory. It won't quite find the seats, but it'll hit the fence, and it's 0-1. But again, I don't see anyone actually warming in the Chinook bullpen, so I'm wondering how much longer they're going to let Asher Abrahams go. Maybe a full another inning after this one. As it's fouled back, it is 0-2. And I would imagine that they will. Mark says just stretching and flexing in the pen. So, yeah, it's which obviously a pitcher should be able to go a whole lot more. It's only the bottom of the 4th, but just early in this season, the Chinooks coaching staff getting guys through is there's the double play ball. It will come a little too late as they only need 1, but they get it. As there is no runs across on no hits. There was the 1 error and 1 left on base. On to the top of the 5th inning we go. Chinooks lead it 9-2. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska, where your Chinooks step back to the plate and look to add on even further to their 9-2 lead. Top of the 5th coming your way. Due up for the Chinooks, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, J.J. Pruneau, Samuel Hess, and Carter Reed. Still Grayson Osborne on the mound for the Pilots. First pitch to Pruneau. He squares a bunt, and it is fouled off into his foot. So 0-1 now. And that's not good. We can hear some sirens over there on A Street. You can't even see the ambulance. So prayers for whoever is in trouble over there. 1-1. Here to J.J. Pruneau. Fastball lifted into the air, down the line, and foul. It's going to be a souvenir for some kid over there. One ball, 2 strikes. Base is empty, nobody gone. Wind is blowing straight in now. Osmond, he does not move quickly on the mound and delivers one downstairs in the turf. So we are even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 in the air. This should be, oh, it's going to be out past the glove of Cooper Kunis, and that is a double. Just a bloop double, much like the one we saw from Braden Horn in the 2nd inning. And that is another leadoff base hit for the Chinooks. This one comes courtesy of J.J. Pruneau. It's his first base hit. Now Samuel Hess. He singled and scored his first time up. First pitch to him. On the ground and flipped on over to first in time for out number 1. It does move Pruneau all the way over to third. So now Carter Reed with 1 away, runner on third. Reed is 0 for 1, had a sacrifice bunt earlier in the ball game. The throw coming home, and it got him. The throw was a little offline, but he beat him by a good enough amount. So a good result there for the Glaicer Pilots. They turn an out into, or they swap third for first and get an out in the process. So really nice turn of event there on the Carter Reed fielder's choice. It does bring up J.D. Wolf, who is 1 for 2. Chinooks holding a 9-2 lead over the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots. Big old breaking ball falls in there. It is 0-1. Kirby Jenkins waits on deck. He has scored all 3 times today. So they would love to get him up here in this inning. Good things have happened whenever he has touched the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike here to J.D. Wolf. Runner goes. The throw on to second, not in time. Would have gotten him, I think, if it weren't for a funky transfer by the catcher, Braden Horn. But instead, it is indeed a stolen base for Carter Reed. And now it is 1-2. Good lead over there at second for Reed. Taking a long look back at second. He did not get the pickoff attempt, much to the chagrin of shortstop Blaze Sizz. He was calling for it. But 2-2 after that slider. The 2-2 swung on and dribbled over to first. The flip is in time for out number 3. Chinooks can't get anything across here in the 5th inning. They did have one hit as there was no errors and one left on base. On to the home half of the 5th inning we go. Chinooks lead it 9-2. Welcome back to Anchorage, Alaska. Glacier Pilots turn at the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Cooper Kunis, Antonio Gianni, and Jake Dahl due up for the Pilots. Cooper Kunis is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He will take the first pitch for a ball just outside 1-0. Welcome into Josh Pruneau. Watching JJ Pruneau all the way from Maui as that one scooped up and tagged for out number 1 of the inning. So now Antonio Gianni will step to the plate. He is 1 for 2, had that big RBI triple in the 3rd, so got to be a little careful with Gianni here. But yeah, Josh, I'd have to agree. This Chinook team, they do got a little something to them. They've shown some mettle here so far to start this season. Gutsy win yesterday, good pitching, and good pitching today as well, but it's really been the bats that have shown brightly. And they're doing it different ways, and that's what you love to see. The 0-1 is way inside on the big sweeping curveball. And it is 1-1 here to Antonio Gianni. Fastball swung on and missed, and it is 1-2. So behind in the count now is Gianni. Mark says number 27 it is warming up in the pen. That would be not on our roster. As down the line, the throw on over, it's high. So he's going to run on over to second. So it's a single and an advance on the throwing error. They're going to go have a conversation with Abrahams out there, and it looks like that it's going to be the end of the day for Abrahams. And what a day it was. Only gave up 2 runs. Not too bad. he's going to come away with the win as long as the Chinooks can hold on. We're going to take a quick break, get you the name and number of the new pitcher when we return. New pitcher in the ball game for the Chinooks. It is his first appearance of the season for number 27, Colin Ott. On the roster, he's listed as number 9, but wearing number 27 today, so might need to update the website and roster, or maybe he just forgot his jersey. One of the two. But either way, pitcher from Columbia International University, hometown of Indian Land, South Carolina, is the righty senior. He comes in relief of Asher Abrahams, who pitched it well. Gives Ott a 9-2 lead to work with. He will face Jake Dahl to start things out. It was a 4K day for Abrahams. See what Ott can do. Jake Dahl was 2 of those strikeouts. He's 0 for 2. He's inheriting a runner on second in Antonio Gianni. First pitch, it's fouled off, and it's 0-1. The Chinooks due up in the in the top of the 6th will be Kirby Jenkins, Phoenix West, and Drew Hurst. That's going to fall for a base hit. The runner coming around. The throw home not in time, and it is going to be 9-3 Chinooks. So RBI single for Jake Dahl as Gianni comes home to score. So now Braden Horn at the plate. He is 2 for 2. He's got a double and a single so far in this one. Colin Ott kicks and throws. Leaves it upstairs, and it is 1-0. So that last run that came across will be charged to Abrahams. But now everything that would come next would be charged to Colin Ott. Strike in there, and it is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the stretch. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fastball, did he go? Appeal says yes. 1-2. There has not been a shortage of action here at Mulcahy Stadium, and that's the way we like it. That fastball, not close. 2-2 now. And we are even. But it's also nice to have a pitching duel like we had last night. Keeps everyone on the edge of their seats because all it takes is one mistake and it can flip the ball game. This one has been a little bit more like an avalanche for the Chinooks. They have done it in bunches. Full count now for Braden Horn. This is the guy that you got to get a punch out on, and he is not going down. He will foul another one off, and we do it again at 3-2. So both Lee Jordan and Mulcahy Stadium have the all-turf infield and natural grass outfield, as that throw was pretty close to getting him, but he's safe anyway. When we travel up to Palmer on Wednesday at Herman Brothers Field on the Alaska State Fairgrounds, that is an all-natural playing surface out there in Palmer. And then the other ballpark in the league, Coral Seymour down in Kenai. I've been down there once 2 years ago for the series. They didn't play last year in the league, trying to recoup some finances, but I believe they also have the all-natural playing surface, dirt infield, grass infield. But I could be wrong on that, but definitely all-natural in Palmer. As it's first and second now for the Pilots. Braden Horn will head to first on the walk. Jake Dahl over to second. Now it is Vaughn Coleman who is 0 for 2. Vaughn Coleman just showed up to Alaska last night. Or actually maybe even this morning. One of the two, is that pitch goes A-wire. And it'll move the runners both into scoring position. Dahl at third, Horn over to second. And Mark confirms it. Yep. Dirt and grass in Kenai at Coral Seymour. As Tim Cole will head out to have a conversation with Colin Ott. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a nice ballpark down. Well, let me put it this way. When it's nice, Kenai has possibly the best ballpark in the league. But if it's not, when the conditions aren't good, when people aren't showing up, it's near the bottom. But when all is right, Kenai has a great ballpark down there. I think Lee Jordan personally has consistently the best ballpark, just as far as consistency, because they have the turf infield, unlike Palmer. Palmer's get great crowds out there for the Miners, but the natural playing surface can be hard to manage, and the view's not as nice as at Lee Jordan, if we're being honest. Lee Jordan has an amazing view there, but you gotta love just all the environments here in the ABL. Yeah, Mark, that's a good point. The grandstand roof in Kenai blew off, a couple years ago. So they do have a grandstand like Palmer and here in Mulcahy, but it is not covered. So they got the chairbacks, but no roof. As this one's on the ground, scooped up and on over to first in time for out number 2. But we will get to head down to Kenai this year. That will be towards the beginning of June. I believe it is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th of July. July, not June. Beginning of July. But it is 2 away now with runners on second and third. Fastball misses downstairs, 1-0 here for Blaze Sizz, the shortstop. Fastball framed up nicely by J.J. Pruneau. I don't know if that one was in the zone, but he sure sold it. 1-1. Credit to J.J. The 1-1 swung on and missed. It is 1-2. And just like that, Sizz is behind in the count. One ball, two strikes. From the stretch. Nearly got it on the outside, but instead it is going to move to even, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball just misses below the knees, and we are full payoff pitch coming your way. Swung on, missed, and he will slam his bat into the ground in frustration, head on back to the dugout, and we go to the top of the 6th. There is 1 run on 2 hits. There is no errors and 2 left on base. On to the top of the 6th we go. Chinooks lead it 9-3. It is still Grayson Osmond on the mound for the Glacier Pilots here in the top of the 6th inning. They will get things started with Kirby Jenkins, Phoenix West, and Drew Hurst. Those are your Chinooks due up. Kirby Jenkins is 1 for 1 in the ballgame, but came across home plate to score 3 times. He was hit by a pitch in the first, doubled in the third, and walked in the fourth. Now here in the top of the 6th, he gets another chance. First pitch misses, and it's 1-0. From the windup, he kicks and throws fastball downstairs, and it is 2-0 now. It is Phoenix West on deck as the catcher Braden Horn tried to frame it. Doesn't get the call. Couldn't do it quite like JJ. And it is 3-0. Make that 3-1 after he finds Main Street. And that was a pitch you just were going to look to take all the way. Now the real battle begins. 3-1. Right up the gut, but it is scooped up by Henry and over to first in time for out number 1. So 1 away for Phoenix West. West is 0 for 2, did walk and score in the 4th. Here's the windup. And the curveball drops in there for a strike. Good pitch from Osborne. 0-1. Osborne really takes his time on the mound there, as this one skied in foul territory right into the Chinook dugout. No play. And we will keep it going here with Phoenix West. So 0-2. Grayson Osborne is a pitcher we need a pitch clock for. He really likes to take his time on the mound. Get his sign, come set. And that one not close. It gets completely away. But bases are empty, so it didn't matter. 0-2, or excuse me, 1-2 now. So the 1-2 now to Phoenix West. Misses outside, and we are even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As it's Drew Hurst waiting on deck. I've never heard that. Their pitcher is a human rain delay. I'd have to agree. Yeah, this is where I'd never really thought about. There hasn't been too many guys that have made me say we need a pitch clock in the ABL, but wouldn't mind it right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Phoenix West. Curveball misses just above the belt, and we are full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yes, Greg. The Chinooks, they are going to miss day by 1 day. Yep. So, Dwayne, dip netting. It is craziness, as Greg says, as on to first goes Phoenix West with Drew Hurst stepping to the plate, 1 on and 1 away. Dip netting, especially, there's a couple rivers you can do it in, but majority of people in Anchorage go to the Kenai River. And it is a subsistence fishery basically for urban people, and only Alaskans can do it. You take a big giant hoop net, basically, stick it in the water, and where the salmon are running up the river, and the salmon basically just swim into the net. You scoop them back up. But it is pretty crazy. When the fish are running thick, you'll have people lining the shores down on the beach in Kenai at the mouth of the river. This one lifted high into the air. Coming in on it is Gianni, and he's going to put it away for out number 2. But you'll have people lining the shores like shoulder to shoulder with nets, and waiters getting all dirty. And they're just blood and fish guts everywhere. And then you'll have a little farther up the river, you'll have the people in the boats doing the same thing, and just sticking their net in the water from the boat. That's shot through the gap for a base hit. So first and second now for the Chinooks. And so Nick Moyer on base. It is Phoenix West over to second for Reese Vassar now. But they're catching the red salmon or sockeye salmon is what they're fishing for, and it is definitely something to witness. Yeah, usually the guys, they'll get to, or a lot of times at least, when they're down in Kenai, get to see it. The bingo hall is right on the bluff above the mouth of the river, so you can just sit up there and watch all the people down there dip netting, but doesn't open until a little bit later in the month of July. So, yeah, the team's going to miss it this year, but it is something. As this one's fouled off, 1-1. Yeah, it's a good point, Greg. It's a little hard to explain. Just you never really can get the right picture until you actually see it. But yes, basically people are trying to stock the freezers. I mean, so my family is how it works is so the head of the household, you get 25 fish, and then for every additional family member, you get 10 more fish for the year. So my family, we got 6 of us, so we can get 75 fish for the year if we go down there, right? That's kind of how that works. Basically, yeah, you're stocking the freezer. It's not very. I mean, some people have a lot of fun with it, but um, you know, it's a lot more fun to catch it on a rod and reel, in my opinion. But people love their dip netting, and if you try to take it away from them, they'll. You don't want to see what that looks like. It's not pretty. 2-2 here for Reese Vassar. Sorry for my little rant there, but if you get me talking about fishing, that's a dangerous game. This one is struck well, going back towards the wall. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, and it's going to score 1, maybe 2. The throw not even going to come. So that will make it 11-3 Nooks on the Reese Vassar double. And what a swing that was. There was no doubt about it that was getting down. That will score Phoenix West and Nick Moyer. So now there is 1 on. He is in scoring position. And now it's J.J. Pruneau. Pruneau swings through that one, comes up empty, and it is 0-1. Pruneau, he is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He's got a double in the 5th. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-2. He is behind. It has been efficient baseball for the Chinooks as well. 11 runs on 11 hits. That's what you're looking for if you're a coach. They're not leaving too many guys stranded. Only 4 runners that they've left on base today, which is really nice to see. Swing and the throw on to first in time. So that's going to do it. J.J. Pruneau down on strikes. But the Chinooks strike for 2 more on the Reese Vassar RBI double. There was just 2 hits total in the inning. No errors and 1 left on base. On to the home half of the 6th we go. 11-3. Chinooks lead it. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where the Chinooks lead the Glacier Pilots 11-3. It has been an offensive clinic from the Fish here. It will still be Colin Ott on the mound as we enter the bottom of the sixth. Leading off for the Pilots will be Blaze Sizz. He'll be followed up by Ryan Dodson and Logan Strong. Blaze Sizz is 0 for 2 today. Did reach on an error in the fourth. As Ryan As it is Ryan Dodson, actually, not Blaze Sizz. Missed something there. But it is Ryan Dodson, as he is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. So now already 0-2, as he's fouled the first two pitches he's seen from Colin Ott off. No, Greg, I can't say that I've ever dipped at Fish Creek, but yeah, that wouldn't go well. I don't think. It is very muddy over there at Fish Creek. As down on strikes goes Ryan Dodson. Now Logan Strong at the plate. There is nobody on with one away. Strong 0 for 2 in the ballgame. He's flown out twice. Fouled back, and it's 0-1. You're definitely not even allowed to dip net at Fish Creek, are you? I can't imagine they would let you dip there. That would be something, though. One ball, one strike. Fastball in the air foul territory. And it is 1-2. So Colin Ott comes set, delivers the 1-2, swing and a miss, and that will send him packing. 2 away and back-to-back strikeouts for the righty. Back to the top of the order we go. Zeb Henry. He is 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. With 2 away. Misses down and in, so 1-1. So the fastball misses downstairs once more, so 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 away, bases are empty. Lifts it high into the air, no problem for Jenkins, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th. The Pilots still cannot get anything going. Down they go in short order, 1, 2, and 3. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we head on to The top of the 7th. Chinooks leading it 11-3. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. New pitcher in the ball game for the Anchorage Glaicer Pilots. It's number 19, Drew Perigo. He comes from Northeast Community College, hometown of Owatonna, Minnesota. Perigo will come to the ball game in not the greatest situation. If you are a Pilots fan, down 11-3, he will be facing a pinch hitter for the Chinooks in number 9. Who is that? Well, let's see if we can find out, because Colin Ott on the roster is number 9. We know he's wearing number 27. But it was supposed to be Samuel Hess, the DH. But it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. That might be Jack Boots, actually. I believe that is Jack Boots. Number 9, Jack Boots, into the ball game. The former Anchorage Glaicer Pilot, who graduated from West High School here in Anchorage. So Jack Boots should have everyone in this ballpark knowing his name. The Chinook fans now and all the Pilots fans from last year, they'll know exactly who he is. He gave the Chinooks a little bit of trouble on the mound last year. As it is 0-1, he takes a strike on the outside half. Greg, that's really interesting. I did not know that they actually let people dip net Fish Creek. I'll have to watch out for that sometime. But I can't imagine, like you said, that would be the best dip netting, because, yeah, it would definitely get stuck in the silt. Misses outside, 1-2 here for Jack Boots. Waiting on deck, it is Cal Whiff. Cal Whiff gonna summon to the ball game for Carter Reed. Jack Boots swings and misses, comes up empty, so there's one away. As Whiff steps to the plate. Reed was 0 for 2. Did have a sacrifice bunt in the ball game. So Whiff going to come in and play first base for the Chinooks. Whiff for the infielder from Pepperdine University. He is from Santa Barbara, California. First pitch to him, misses downstairs. It's 1-0. He is looking for a new home this year. College-wise, he's in the transfer portal. So will no longer be a Pepperdine Wave. We wish him all the best in finding his next school. At the moment, it's 2-0 for Cal Whiff. The 2-0 becomes 3-0 after the fastball high and tight. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 away. Bases are empty. Perigo delivers. It's way away, and that is 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls to Cal Whiff. Man, based on what we've seen from him, he really draws a lot of walks. They don't even want to pitch to him. That's the 3rd straight, 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls walk we've seen in about 5 at-bats. So 3 out of 5 at-bats between today and yesterday have been 4 pitches, 4 balls. So Cal Whiff really gets it done as far as getting on base. And now here he is, number 25, Ty Beck, the Chinook for life. He was the son of longtime Chinook manager Chris Beck, and he's been up in Alaska many times. Most of you will know that name who've been around the organization. Ty Beck now from the Masters University is going to get his first opportunity of the season. He takes a pitch on the outside half of the plate. It is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, fastball right down the pipe, and it is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. With 1 away, runner on first is Whiff. Fastball misses downstairs. And it is 2-2. Shaking off a couple pitches or a couple of signs is Perigo. Now he finds one he likes, delivers a fastball that's fouled back. We do it again at 2-2. Ty Beck staying alive. Barring a double play, we will see Kirby Jenkins back at the plate, who has had a pretty nice night. Again, thank you to everyone who has stuck with us as we are in the top of the 7th, where the Chinooks have a big lead, 11-3. Missed downstairs on the curveball, and it is full now, 3-2. If the Chinooks can put up 2 runs here in this inning and then close it down in the bottom half, it would run rule of the Pilots here in the first ABL game of their season, first game at Mulcahy. Yeah, Greg, you're right. Ty Beck, he was the bat boy for the Chinooks for a long time, Ty Beck was, and now he gets his chance at the plate. He did play, I believe, in Chris Beck's last season, as he will rope this one into the alleyway. That's going to find green grass, and it's going to score 1. The throw is on the way, and oh man, that got him. Cal Whiff is hosed. But Ty Beck does move up to second. Not sure if that was Easton Babe signaling him home or what, but that was definitely out. Either way, it is going to stay 11-3. But Ty Beck delivers a big single at Delivered an extra base on the throw home. Now it is Kirby Jenkins at the plate. Ooh, that slider fell in there. I thought that was inside, but it caught the bottom corner there, and it is 0-2. So Ty Beck, he plays at the Masters University in Southern California. He's from Lebanon, Ohio, which is right near the Athletes in Action headquarters. The 1-2 pitch, fastball up the middle, and it's going to hop over the glove of Zeb Henry, and that will score one, make it 12-3. An RBI single for Kirby Jenkins. He keeps his nice day rolling. Phoenix West. Now, or excuse me, it's going to be a pinch hitter. Let's see who that is. Number 34. It is Owen Dockstader. He is an Eagle River native and a former Chugiak Mustang. For all you Chugiak natives, he takes a strike on the inside half. It is 0-1. Always good to get some of the local guys their chances here in the ABL. We saw Jack Boots earlier in the inning. Now Owen Dockstader takes one way inside, and it is 1-1. Chinooks hold a 12-3 lead. Runner goes, the throw on to second. He's in there safely, stolen base for Kirby Jenkins. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Dockstader. Still on the mound for the Pilots. It is Perigo. He will foul it off, and we see another one, 1-2. Dockstader plays his ball at Belmont Abbey College. Over there at second, it is Kirby Jenkins, and that's going to finish the inning. Owen Dockstader goes down looking, as we will head on to the bottom of the 7th. There was 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. On to the home half of the 7th we go. Chinooks lead it 12-3. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where the Chinooks lead the Pilots 12-3. We got a pitching change for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. It looks to be number 50, Gage Webster, another local kid from Anchorage, Alaska. Webster pitches for the Masters University as well, down there in Santa Clarita, California. First pitch to the leadoff man, Cooper Kunis. It is just a bit high, and it's 1-0. This one is smoked out there to right, but it died and falls right into the glove of Kirby Jenkins. It came hard off the bat, but really didn't have much carry to it. And so that is a quick out number one, and it brings up Antonio Gianni. Gianni is 2 for 3, has scored twice, got a triple and a single. And we will see the first pitch to him from Webster, back over towards Jenkins, and he'll settle underneath it. That's a can of corn, and there's 2 away. Now it's Jake Dahl as the Pilots are staring down a 1-2-3. Dahl did single in the 5th. He is 1 for 3 in the ballgame. Webster comes set. Delivers a fastball. That slides in for a strike. The lefty delivers. Swing and a miss, and it is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Webster making the looking to make quick work of this Glaicer Pilot heart of the order. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, but Webster is dealing right now. The 0-2 misses downstairs and inside, and so now it's 1-2. Webster still ahead in the count. Kicks and throws. Chop down the line, foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. The Chinooks have really just put on a nice game start to finish. They opened things up with 3 in the first and have not let up offensively, and the pitching is matched. And there we go. Another K. Webster buries it and gets the swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3, down go the Glaicer Pilots in short order. It is no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. On to the 8th inning we go. Chinooks lead it 12-3. Top of the 8th coming your way here from Anchorage. Leading off for the Chinooks, it'll be number 1, Drew Hurst, the third baseman. He'll be followed up by number 2, Blake Allen, who's going to pinch hit for Nick Moyer. But now it is Drew Hurst. Hurst, he is 1 for 3 today. He's come across to score twice. Takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. It is still Drew Perigo out there on the bump for the Glaicer Pilots. Fastball misses down and in, and it is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the kick and the throw. It misses outside, so 3-0. Way ahead in the count now. It is Drew Hurst. Hurst, Allen, and Vassar due up. The 3-0 missed somewhere. I actually don't know where that missed. But umpire and Hurst on the same page. That might have just been my bad eyes, but looked like a strike down the middle to me. But either way, Drew Hurst, he gets to take first base, and the Chinooks will start things out well. And Blake Allen will step to the plate in the ballgame for Nick Moyer, who was actually 3 for 4. He had 3 singles, scored twice, but they're getting guys through. Fastball, catch the top corner, and it is 0-1. Yeah, so these are college guys, Tyler. These are guys who all have completed a year of school, or it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be guys who have completed a year of college and still have college eligibility left, as that should be, could have been 2, but it will be none. Pulled him off the bag at first, couldn't get the flip to second, and everyone's safe. I don't know what the official scoring is going to be for that, but we'll give it a single. Might as well give Blake Allen a hit there. And now it's going to be Reese Vassar, the second baseman. But, yeah, so this is a college summer league. And, guys, at least for the Chinooks, they fundraise to come up here and play ball against high-quality competition in the Alaska Baseball League. And it has produced some very good talent over the years, as it is 1-0 here to Reese Vassar. Still nobody out, and runners on first and second. That pitch misses down and away, so 2-0. This Anchorage Glaicer Pilots team has a very illustrious alumni list. You can walk down behind the bleachers here at Mulcahy Stadium and just gaze on the posters, as it is 3-0, and there's going to be a trip out to the mound. See if Drew Perigo gets to stay in the ballgame. But just a couple notable alumni. You've got a guy named Aaron Judge, played for these Glaicer Pilots back in 2011, I believe. You have guys such as Randy Johnson, who played in the blue and white. Aaron Judge's manager on the Yankees, Aaron Boone, played for the Glaicer Pilots. You've got Mark McGuire, was a former Glaicer Pilot. Let's see. Rick Aguilera, Chris Gwynn. There's a lot more. But there's definitely a lot more. As that is going to load them up for the Chinooks. Once again, bases full of fish after Reese Vassar will head to first on the walk. Now it is J.J. Pruneau. Still nobody out, and bases are loaded. The Chinooks looking to break this thing even further open. Pruneau takes a slider downstairs. Yeah, Greg is right. Many, many famous players have played in the ABL. That doesn't even include the guys from the Bucks or the guys who played for the Alaska Gold Panthers, who are not in the league right now, but when those guys all played, they were members of the Gold Panthers. Got guys like Barry Bonds, Dave Winfield, that they played for the Panthers. Paul Goldschmidt played for the Bucks. As that's going to run in and hit him. As that receives a big ovation from the dugout. They love it. He just took one to the shoulder and goes on to first. That's right. Yeah, Mark. Hatteberg from Moneyball played for the Oakland A's. He played in the ABL. That's right. Drew Hurst comes home to score there, and now it is back to Jack Boots. Jack Boots struck out swinging his first time up. Let us see if he can get something going with bases loaded and nobody gone. It's a big spot for the Anchorage native. He's played many games here at Mulcahy Stadium. Played his big ones in high school here, then also played for the Glacier Pilots last year, as I mentioned. So definitely familiar territory for Jack Boots. As the Chinooks lead at 13-3 over the Glacier Pilots. That one runs inside, and it is 1-0. Probably the most famous player who played for this Chinooks organization. Not when they were actually called the Chinooks, but back when they were the AIA Fire. They were still in Chugiak, but Josh Donaldson, the 2015 American League MVP. 1 ball, 1 strike. As they said, Jack Boots went there. Misses down and in, and it is 2-1. Waiting on deck is Cal Whip. The 2-1 pitch outside, and it's 3-1. Jack Boots might just send another Chinook walking home. That would be Blake Allen over there at third. The Chinooks are just letting it all pour out offensively today. They're having a time here in Anchorage. And it misses low, so Jack Boots will stroll on over to first, and Blake Allen just trots home. 14-3 Chinooks now. Vassar over to third. Pruneau over to second. And it is Boots on first with Cal Whip at the plate. Cal Whip, he walked his first time up. He replaced Carter Reed. First pitch downstairs. It nearly squirted further away, but stopped in at the feet of the home plate umpire. And it is 1-1, or 1-0. I don't know why the scoreboard says 1-1, but yep, 1-0. Now it's fixed. Make that 2-0. Heading out from the dish to have a conversation with his pitcher is Braden Horn. Trying to calm Perigo down, who is let up a number of runs here already in this inning. And there's still nobody out. Bases are loaded and not a good situation. As long as the run rule hasn't changed, it should finish up this ball game when the Chinooks close it down in the bottom of the 8th. But the Pilots got to get out of here. They get their chance in the bottom half as the home team to bring it back within 10. But right now they are on the ropes as far as even making this thing or getting out of this thing. There's bases loaded, nobody out. Great hitter in Cal Whiff at the plate. And it is 3-0. Make that 4-0 and make it 15-3 Chinooks. Cal Whiff walks for the second time today. And it's Reese Vassar who comes home. Drew Perigo is just having some problems, and out comes the Pilots skipper, Rich Price. And surely that's the end of his day. And it is. We'll take a moment for the new pitcher to warm up, and he'll be back in just a moment with his name and number. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where the Chinooks lead at 15-3, and no signs of slowing down. Bases loaded and nobody out. Pitching change for the Glaicer Pilots. It is Blaze Sizz onto the bump. He will step out of his position from shortstop, and in comes the Michigan State Spartan, Davis Weeks. Blaze Sizz, normally a shortstop, is going to see what he can do on the mound here. He is from Reno, Nevada, plays ball for Cal State Northridge. And then, like I said, Davis Weeks from Michigan State and Peoria, Illinois, will slide in at shortstop. At the moment for the Chinooks, it is Pruneau on third, Boots on second, Whiff on third, and back to the top of the order with Ty Beck. At this point, what do you even do? I mean, this game is so far out of reach for the Pilots, and it is not close. I mean, bases are loaded, still nobody out. For the Chinooks, do you just keep piling on or what? I don't know. But here comes the first pitch. Fastball catches the outside half. It's 0-1. Ty Beck singled and scored his last time up. From the windup, Sizz delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So the Pilots getting a good boost here right now from Sizz. He's looking sharp early. Blaze Sizz gives the 0-2. Foul tip into the glove. No, it wasn't caught, so we do it again at 0-2. Big break there for Beck. Siz's fastball is looking nice, though. It's not what you'd expect from a position player coming in the ball game. He's going pretty much solely fastball, but it is got some juice to it. 15-3 Chinooks ahead of the Glaicer Pilots. Taking a long look now. Here is the kick and the throw. It's downstairs. It gets away and make it 16-3 Chinooks. Bruno comes home to score. Boots over to third. Whip on over to second. And still nobody out. Again, we appreciate everyone sticking with us here, as this one has been long over. And way outside, good snag by Horn to keep it from rolling to the backstop, and another run scoring. The scoreboard's just not even, oh, there it goes. I was going to say, at this point, they're just stopped keeping track. Misses inside, and it is full, 3-2. At what point does the umpires just start saying, I want to go home, and start calling everything a strike? Full count, which it's going to be a big strike zone here. Tybet can't take anything. He fouls it off. We do it again at 3-2. On deck it is Kirby Jenkins. He has had himself a day. He's scored 3 times. He is 2 for 3 and has gotten on base 4 times. Here is the full count pitch. Leaves it upstairs, and he'll head on to first. There is an open base this time, so doesn't score anyone. And now Kirby Jenkins steps in. Owen Dockstader now waiting on deck. $16 runs on 14 hits for the Chinooks, as a big swing and a miss from Kirby. It is 0-1. Here's the windup from Sizz. Swing and a miss number 2. It's 0-2. Can Sizz get his first strikeout of the ball game? No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. On the ground. He's not going to go for 2. They'll just take the easy one at first. It will score another, make it 17-3. As Kirby Jenkins makes it out number 1. Now Owen Dockstader at the plate. And Cal Whip on over to third. At second is Ty Beck. First base is back open. First pitch to Dockstader, high, and it is 1-0. Hurst waits on deck. The wind really blowing in now. 1 ball, no strikes. Falls in there. Good pitch from Sizz. The Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks looking to all but have wrapped this one up and moved to 2-0 on the ABL season. Sole possession of first place. One ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. So 1-2. Or nope, that was strike 3. Scoreboard hadn't updated. So now we've batted around and we're back to Drew Hurst, who opened up the inning. Doc Statter strikes out for the second time today. Drew Hurst, who is 1 for 3, has 2 walks, has scored 3 times. A little step to the plate. That one up above his eye level, and it is 1-0. The 1-0 makes it 2-0, or excuse me, 1-1 after he swings through that one. The 1-1 right down Broadway, and it is 1-2 now. On third, it is Cal Whip. On second is Ty Beck. 2 away. 17-3, Chinooks lead. Here comes the 1-1. It is lined up the middle. That'll score 1 and make it 18-3. Cal Whip comes home. There's now 6 scored in this 8th inning alone. Drew Hurst comes up with a single, and there's runners on the corners. Now it's Blake Allen at the plate. The Miners don't step back into action until Wednesday against the Chinooks, which is a non-league contest. The Bucks' first game is on Tuesday, also against the Chinooks. The Chinooks are jumping into action early this year. They are playing more baseball than anyone else in the league right now. Let's take a look at what the Peninsula Oilers are doing. This one lifted into the air on the infield. This should do it. Coming over is Dodson, and that will finish the inning. But the damage has absolutely been done. 6 runs on two hits, excuse me. That's it, 2 hits. 6 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and it was 2 left on base. On to the bottom of the 8th we go. Chinooks lead it 18-3. Bottom of the 8th here at Mulcahy Stadium. New pitcher into the ball game for the Chinooks. It's number 30, Paul Whitcop. Whitcop, a 6'2 sophomore from McLean, Virginia, plays his ball at the Richmond University. The Oilers do not start their season until Wednesday when the Glaicer Pilots head down to Kenai. So they'll start things out on their home turf. So Whitcop will take the mound, and we will see Braden Horn, Vaughn Coleman, and Blaze We'll see. It might be actually the replacement for Sis Davis Weeks in there at the bottom of the due-up order. Whitcop delivers the first pitch downstairs. It's 1-0. This should be the end of the ballgame as long as the Chinooks don't give up more than 6 runs. I believe, as long as they're still honoring the run rule. Jam straight at Whitcop. He will put it away for out number 1. Now Vaughn Coleman to the plate. Vaughn Coleman 0 for 3 so far in the ballgame. See if he can turn that around. Man, oh man, the Chinooks have done everything you could want for them offensively. No homers, but it doesn't matter when you're up 18-3. They have put the ball in play, and they have been patient and drawn a whole lot of walks. They've taken what was supposed to be a strength of the Glacier Pilots in their pitching and exposed it. We'll just say that. As that one's fouled back, make it 0-2 here to Vaughn Coleman. The 0-2 swung on and foul tipped. She's going to get another chance. So 0-2 it remains. The Chinooks currently 1-0, excuse me, in the ABL, about to move to 2-0. It will be 2-0. Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks on top. Matsu Miners and Anchorage Glaicer Pilots sharing last place at 0-1. And then in the middle at 0-0, it'll be the Peninsula Oilers and the Anchorage Bucks. Now here's the 0-2 from Whitcop. It'll get him right in the shoulder, so on to first he goes. Now it will be Jack Karen, it looks like, the freshman from the University of Chicago. A hometown kid. He's actually a Chugiak, Alaska native. Fastball from Whitcop. Got it at the knees. It is 0-1. So with one away and a runner on first, they have put in a new face here. That 0-1 misses down and away. This one on the ground could be 2. The transfer is clean. On to first. In time. That should do it. That's your ball game. 18-3. Chinooks win it in a blowout fashion. We will be back to wrap things up and give you your final line scores in a minute. But what a final play. The double play from the ground. And just a fun night at Mulcahy Stadium all around. It was no runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. On to the post game after this quick break when we return. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, where your Chinooks have taken down the Glacier Pilots in 8 innings by a score of 18-3. A 15-run win for the Fish. Let's take a look at your final line scores. First for the home team, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. It was 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, 7 left on base. And for your Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks, it was 18 runs on 15 hits, 3 errors, and 8 left on base. It was a dominant victory for the Chinooks from start to finish. Man, everyone contributed. They got pretty much a whole new lineup in the second half of the ball game, and they all continue to do their thing. It was a beautiful offensive performance. But how about the pitchers? Asher Abrahams did a phenomenal job starting things out. Gave up just 2 runs. Well, actually it was 3 because that third run was still his base runner when the new pitcher came in, which was Colin Ott. Colin Ott dealt it well as Gage Webster and Paul Whitcop. They all did their jobs quite well, and the Chinooks win it in dramatic fashion here at Mulcahy Stadium. We'll be right back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock start time rather than the 4 o'clock today. But again, Anchorage Glacier Pilots at Mulcahy Stadium on a Monday night here in Anchorage, 6 o'clock. Please either show up or join me again on the stream, and we will see you then. Once again, your final score, 18-3. Chinooks win it. This has been Clayton Jackson from all of us here at the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks and AIA Baseball. We will see you tomorrow at Mulcahy Stadium.